For 25 years, my mother carried the world alone, not on her shoulders, but in her smile. She raised me with a strength so gentle that even storms paused to learn from her. People often said she lived like someone who had folded her heart into a secret drawer and lost the key. She never dated, never brought a man home, never even hinted about love. Her life was me, and somehow I thought that was enough for her. When I left for my master's program, I carried her hopes like a lantern in my chest. "Go," she said, "and let life meet you with open palms." I didn't know life would meet me with him. He was older. Older in the way mountains are older than rivers, steady and quietly wise. There was something in his laughter, something in the way he said my name, as if he had spoken it long before he ever met me. I fell for him in slow motion, like a leaf learning the shape of gravity. He made my days feel like sunrise rediscovered. He made my thoughts fold and unfold like pages trying to write themselves. I loved him, and then I learned the truth. One afternoon, after he drove me home to meet my mother, she stepped outside and froze. Her face, usually bright as morning bread, turned pale like forgotten winter. He whispered her name, not the name she uses now. The old one, the one she buried when she buried her past, Amara. And my mother's breath broke. I felt the world tilt. Time held its breath as if waiting for someone to choose the next heartbeat. He told me the story I never knew. Long before I existed, before life hardened her softness, before she learned to survive without being held. They were each other's first and only love. But a war of circumstances tore them apart. Family expectations, distance, and the kind of heartbreak that makes a person swear they will never open their soul again. My mother never told me. She raised me with hands that healed everyone except herself. And unknowingly, without warning, I had fallen in love with the man who once carried the other half of her broken heart. The silence between them was heavy, the kind that feels like a forgotten melody trying to find its way home. I looked at my mother, the woman who sacrificed everything, and I looked at the man who had unknowingly walked back into her life through me. And in that moment, love did not feel like a choice. It felt like a question the universe asked all three of us at once. My mother's eyes glistened with the grief she never allowed herself to speak. He whispered, "I never stopped loving you." She whispered, "But life moved me." And I, caught in the heartbreaking beauty of fate's twisted poetry, realized something. Sometimes love is not a straight line. Sometimes it is a circle, one that brings you back to the very place a heart once shattered. I stood there, a daughter shaped by my mother's sacrifices, and the woman who accidentally stepped into the echo of her mother's unspoken past. And the world felt quiet, as if destiny had finally completed a sentence it had been writing for 25 years. That night, the house felt too small for the size of the truth inside it. My mother sat at the dining table, her hands trembling around a cup she wasn't drinking from. He stood near the window, staring into the dark like he was searching for the years he lost. And I sat between them, a daughter caught in a love story that wasn't mine, yet shaped the very life I lived. Finally, my mother spoke, not loudly, not angrily, but in a quiet, breaking voice I had never heard from her. "You fell in love with the one man my heart never healed from." Her words hit the air like soft lightning, silent but impossible to ignore. I wanted to explain, to defend myself, to apologize, but every word felt too small for the moment. He stepped forward slowly, like he was approaching a wounded memory. "Amara, I didn't know she was your daughter, I swear. If I had known..." She raised a hand, stopping him. "It's not your fault or hers." She looked at me, eyes full of years I never saw. "It's time you know the truth." And so she told it. How they met at 19 in a city that smelled of rain and new beginnings. How he was her courage and she was his calm. How they had made promises beneath an old tree behind her parents' house. Promises the world never let them keep. Her parents disapproved. His family moved away. Letters got lost. Time became a thief. "I waited for him," she said, voice wavering, until waiting became too painful to breathe. "So I locked that part of my heart away and built a life for you." He closed his eyes like the past was something sharp. "I looked for you," he whispered, for years. Then life pulled me too, and I stopped believing you still wanted me. Their pain filled the room like smoke, thick, slow, impossible to escape. Then my mother turned to me, her eyes softened. My child, you are allowed to love him. Your heart is not a threat to mine. Shock rippled through me. But Mom… No, she interrupted gently. I won't let my past destroy your future. If he makes you happy, you have every right to choose it. He stared at her, overwhelmed. You're still the most selfless person I've ever known. She smiled sadly. That's what happens when life breaks you. You learn to give even when you have nothing left. But then, something unexpected happened. My mother stood up, walked over to him, and touched his cheek with the kind of tenderness that only old love carries. You loved me once, she said softly. And I loved you, but love changes shape. Today I'm a mother first. He covered her hand with his. And I'm a man who never stopped regretting losing you. My heart twisted painfully. Then she stepped back. For her sake, my mother whispered, we must all decide carefully. The weight of destiny hung between us. 3 hearts, 1 truth, and a future none of us knew how to choose.